Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Naptime News. I am pretty excited to be back into things and making more videos for you guys.
Boom, baby!
So, a few weeks ago, the new teaser trailer for the Harry Potter TV show released, and man, what a commotion it has caused across the pop culture community, and for good reason. I wasn't going to do a trailer reaction because I think there's a lot that other content creators have already said about it, but the more I kept hearing things about it, I just couldn't take it any longer. I had to get my thoughts out there, and since I had covered the casting announcements and other news surrounding this show in earlier videos, it makes sense that I would keep covering this, especially because the Harry Potter IP is so near and dear to me. I grew up with the books and the movies, and this IP is my Star Wars, my Star Trek. So I'm sure fans of the aforementioned IPs can understand what Harry Potter fans are going through right now, because unfortunately, they just recently experienced the death and destruction of their IPs. Okay, let's get into this. I'll begin with what I liked about the trailer, which honestly isn't much, but hey, gotta have a little bit of optimism, right?
I don't know, sir.
I think the actors, besides one, but I'll get to that later, look great now that we're getting a glimpse of them in their costumes and on the set. Just by looking at them, you know you're getting a Harry Potter show, which is a pretty good thing to say the least. I also like that they show Harry Potter getting bullied in the regular school by Dudley, as we didn't get any of that in the original movies. I don't know if they're going to show any of his mishaps or instances where his magic appears in the school scenes, so that remains to be seen. I also like the shot of Aunt Petunia aggressively trying to cut Harry's hair. This is directly from the books, in which it is said that Harry's hair was always unkempt and wild, going in all directions, and every time Aunt Petunia would cut his hair, it would grow right back, which would only infuriate her even more. So, nice touch there, especially when setting things up in the trailer. We do get a couple shots of the inside of Hogwarts. Looks to be either a hall or common room. Even though it doesn't quite look like the Hogwarts from the movies, it's probably best they made it look different, seeing as how they are trying to have their own spin on it and not take too much from the movies, so that's understandable. As long as it looks like how it's described in the books, I'm fine with it. We also see a quick look at the Quidditch pitch, just the stands and Harry walking out, so I'm interested to see how the entire set looks. And that's about all that I like about this trailer.
Oh dear.
So, on to the dislikes, so strap in. Starting with the actors, we get a quick glimpse of Vernon Dursley, and right off the bat, he is too skinny. Uncle Vernon in the books is described as much larger, and even in the movies, this guy was pretty much obese. I was hoping they would have put the actor in a fat suit or something, but they didn't, so this just looks off. Hagrid looks okay, but his voice does not sound like a Hagrid voice. Hagrid's voice should be booming, gruff, and even in the books, his accent is so strong, he doesn't even finish complete words. Nick Frost's voice is just a little too high for my liking. John Lithgow as Albus Dumbledore looks good as far as the beard and robes, but not too crazy about that hat. I'm not a fan of the casting of Hermione, but I'm sure she'll do great in the role because I heard she voiced Hermione in the full cast audiobook version that came out recently, and everyone said she did a wonderful job, so that is more of a nitpick than anything else. Okay, let's get to the dark serpent in the room.
Cover your eyes.
Papa Asiatu as Severus Snape is bad casting, through and through. I mentioned this in previous videos that this was a huge mistake on their part and it could potentially derail the entire show. And now that we have seen him in full costume and hair, it will definitely derail the entire show.
Obviously.
It's all everyone is talking about. If you look at the comments below the actual trailer, they're almost all related to the casting of Snape. There have been countless memes and reaction videos, which, not gonna lie, those are pretty hilarious. So I won't go into too much detail since a lot has already been said, but just know the dreads look absolutely terrible, and the drastic effect his character will now have on the story, especially the way he was treated in the past, will paint Harry, his father, and the entire Marauders group as utter racist, which is the exact opposite of their true characters. Also, I've heard the showrunners talking about showing more background stories of other characters, including Draco Malfoy's home life. This is a bad choice because the books and even the movies were mostly from Harry's point of view. We don't need to see Malfoy's home life to know why he is the way he is. We already have a clear idea of what his upbringing and home life already is due to his personality and the way he treats Harry and especially Hermione. So, this is their way of saying we, the audience, are stupid and we need to have everything spelled out for us in order to understand characters' personalities and motivations. This casting just goes to show that the showrunners don't care about the fans, they never have and never will. This is not a faithful adaptation like they promised, and it shows that these people are liars and not to be trusted with any other IP in the future. They will contribute to the worst adaptation of a literary work in the history of adaptations, and I hope they never work in the movie or TV business ever again. This is a bastardization of the franchise and everything that the author, J.K. Rowling, has worked hard to create. And the sad thing is, she doesn't seem to care at all. Truly disappointing. Anyways, rant over. So, in addition to the poor casting choice of Snape, the tone and lighting look extremely dark. It would make more sense for the pale, darker lighting to occur in the beginning in the Muggle world to show that it's devoid of magic. Once you enter into the Wizarding world, the lighting should change to be colorful, whimsical, and full of life, showing the abundant amount of magic that exists. Much like in the first and second films, everything about the castle and the grounds was bright and colorful. They had a chance to do that here, and it looks like they failed. Lastly, the music in this trailer doesn't even hold a candle to the iconic John Williams score from the movies. Instead of a beautiful orchestral piece, we get the typical computer-generated slop with the same beat and hard cuts in the music as other trailers from HBO and other studios. It does not fully immerse you into the magical world and doesn't elicit the same feelings of wonder and awe that Williams' score did. Each of the movies had a distinct look and feel to it, and that was largely in part due to the score and cinematography. So, not sure if they're going to do the same with the different seasons, but from the looks of it, probably not. And that's the teaser trailer for you. Overall, a disappointment as I feared it would be, and it doesn't make me as excited for the show as I was when talking about the casting. I will still be watching it out of pure morbid curiosity and to also do quick reviews about each episode. But other than that, this is yet another example of a cherished IP being ripped apart, torn to shreds, and rebuilt into something horrible and borderline unrecognizable from the original. It is truly sad, and I feel like they will never learn their lesson.
You've got to do better, Senator.
Or maybe they will, once everything has crashed and burned and these major studios lose enough money to go under.
Hey, it could happen.
But that could take years if it ever happens at all. I don't mean to be all doom and gloom, but dang, this could have been a super easy cash grab, like millions of dollars worth of profit, because they already had a roadmap in the books. So time will tell, and we still have a long time until it premieres this coming December, so be on the lookout for my review videos later this year. And that's about it. So be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more content, and I hope you have a wonderful day.